Fans, NISA, Flower City Union, and the Rochester Community Sports Complex kindly request that you refrain from tossing any object onto the field. If the game ball enters your seating area, please return it to the nearest ball runner or security personnel. If seated close to the field, please be aware that balls may be struck into the crowd at a high rate of speed. Please use caution. covering up both at their pop-up booth.
Check, 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 check. 1 2 1 2. Goal! Goal, goal, goal. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Yeah, that's better.
He'll be loud, don't worry.
we would like to welcome to the field our match march by our supporter group Local 585 City
Good
Union.
afternoon and good evening, everyone, and welcome to NISA Soccer here on 11 Sports. This evening from the Rochester Community Sports Complex in downtown Rochester, New York, it's the homestanding Flowers City Union with a record of 3 wins and 8 defeats, hosting the Maryland Bobcats, who are 7 wins, 2 draws, and 6 losses. I'm Andrew Battisti, the co-host of Soccer is a Kick in the Grass, North America's longest-running soccer radio show. 30th year on the air currently, heard every Monday at 6:30 Eastern on p.m. Eastern on WYSL Radio and live on the web at soccerisakickinthegrass.com. And joining me for the first time this year on our broadcast, very proud to announce and introduce to you the host of Soccer is a Kick in the Grass, the longest running trainer in the history of the North American Soccer League, Joe Sirianni. And Joe, welcome to 11 Sports and to Flower City Union Broadcasts.
Thank you very much, Andrew, and I'm very glad to be here with you and wait to assist you in broadcasting. So the game, I know your capability, I know the job that you do. I saw you preparing, and man, you're good. And but we expect the weather's very nice. The people are still coming in, and we expect a good crowd tonight. So let's just hope that the victor with tonight will will make the whole evening great.
Absolutely. It's kids' night here at the game, and it's about 75 degrees, maybe a little warmer on the field, maybe 5 degrees warmer. It's still a very nice evening for soccer. Flower City Union coming off a come-from-behind 4-3 win in the Northeast NISA Independent Cup Final against Upstate United. They were down 3-0 early in the second half and came back with 4 goals in the second half to win it 4-3. Maryland also coming off a victory. They won at the defending champion Michigan Stars by a score of 2-1. And the goals were scored in that game by Malik Tom and Abdul Cham, getting their names on the score sheet. Last game in the league for Union was also a victory, 3-0 at Savannah. 2 goals from Luke Ferreira in the 81st and 86th minute, and Ali Diakate scored in the first half. This is a very important game. The Union can move up into 7th place in the league with a victory, and Maryland looking to go into 2nd place in NISA if they win this game today. So, Joe, these two teams played twice already this year. Maryland's won both games by shutout, 1-0 down in Maryland and 3-0 here early in May. But I think the Unions are playing much better now. They're putting the ball in the back of the net. They're averaging about 2 goals a game in the last few games.
Well, Andrew, I was watching the warm-up and both team, and certainly that tells a lot. I mean, the shooting practice, the Flower City team are really on target. Likewise, for the team, the visitors. But one of the things that really is important tonight that every shot counts. So I hope that they play the kind of liberal kind of soccer, the calibrated soccer, with the midfield controlling, and be able to, instead of passing the ball back, taking shots, because you never know what happens when you take a shot. It can go in, it can rebound for somebody, it could get a penalty. There is a lot of things that happen. So I'm just hoping that, taking the shot and making every shot counts. It's the way to go.
Put the ball on frame. Force Alex Sutton, the goalie for Maryland, to make saves. Union's leading scorers are Ali Diakate and Luke Ferreira, each with 3 goals. Luke Ferreira also has 3 assists on the season, so he's the leading scorer overall. For Maryland, they'll be paced by the leading scorer in NISA, Darwin Espinal. He has 9 goals and 4 assists for a total of 22 points, if my math is right. I was a math major. Hopefully I can add and subtract. But the guy that's really been the killer for Maryland against Union this year has been their captain, Jocelyn Poissayen. He has both game-winning goals in the 2 matches this season for Maryland against Flower City. He's the captain. Will be in the middle of the park. You'll see Espinal probably out on the wing, and they'll put Abdul Cham, the 6-footer from Senegal, up top. And W Union looking to play also a similar formation, a 4-5-1. So let's go over the starting lineups. First, for Maryland, they'll start Alex Sutton in goal. He's played 13 games. He gives up 1 goal a game. He's had 3 shutouts. In the back, we have Jimmy Filerman, who is very good on the offensive end as well. He has 3 assists on the season, number 13. Number 33, Mike Akinyoke, number 33 in the center back position. Also, youngster Philip Burnett. We didn't see him the last couple games. Actually, he's started the last 9, but again, with Union playing Maryland earlier in the season, this will be the first time we'll see him here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. And the veteran Richard Forca will be on the wing back, also number 15. 5 in midfield, the captain Jocelyn Poissayan, number 8. Andrew Wyvell, number 22. Manny Gonzalez, number 23. Malik Tom, number 7. And the leading scorer, Darwin Espinal, number 11. And Abdul Cham, number 18, the lone front runner. Alex Coe is the coach of Maryland, and assisted by Anthony Ujori and Mohamed Gaia. For Flower City, that's one change, by the way, for Maryland. It is Akinyoke coming into the game, replacing Mohamed Kante, who was not dressed tonight. For the Flower City Union, they'll have Mike Mejia in goal. He's averaging 1.44 goals against this year, 3 shutouts. In the back, it's Noah Kavanaugh, the veteran, number 17 on the left. Josue Cartniella, number 4. Mumbi Kweseli, the captain, number 31. And Kyle Nelson, number 3. In the midfield, Stephen Elias, who was our guest on Fox Soccer is the Kick in the Grass on Monday, number 23. Luke Ferreira, number 10, the leading scorer. Logan Lee gets to start today in the middle, number 8. Oscar Sanchez, number 11. And Malik Stewart, very dangerous, very speedy on the wing, number 14. And Ali Diakate, the lone front runner from Senegal as well, number 9. Jordan Sullivan is the head coach of Flower City Union, assisted by Rochester Lancers Hall of Famer and member of many Halls of Fame himself, former Lancer player Nelson Capello. Referees for today's game are Samuel Reynolds, and he's assisted by David Pousseau and Dylan Oliveri, and Nicholas Bauman is the 4th. So, Joe, what are your thoughts? I mean, obviously Maryland has not allowed Flower City to score this year, and they've gotten 4 goals themselves. But Union now, as their offense is really rolling, I think the first goal is going to be very important in the game today.
I truly believe that the defense, the Flower City defense, is going to be very, very careful. To not allow clear shots on goal, to make sure that they all know the opponents. And I think that based upon what we know about the guest team, is that they have very capable people that they can put the ball on the net. So it's going to be an exciting game. I think it's going to be a game that where the midfield got to control. Okay, so if the Flower City team can have the defense be alert in the midfield, helping and give good balls to the forward. That's the whole thing for tonight's game.
There's going to be a lot of people in midfield. Each team with 5 in midfield. Yep. But you're going to see players like Espinal is going to come forward for Maryland, and Luke Ferreira will also be coming up forward, as well as Malik Stewart. So it's going to be a changing lineup, I think, depending on the situation. The midfielders for both teams, I think, like to get into the attack, and we're going to see that today.
Certainly, it's going to be it's a beautiful night over here. The crowd is really coming in, and we're waiting for the team is just coming into the field, and let's see. Shortly, the game will start, and we'll see what happens.
That's right, and the team's coming out onto the field right now. Flower City will be wearing their lilac-colored jerseys, and the reason why, for those of you new to NISA Soccer and to Union, Rochester is known as the Flower City FLOWER. It used to be the Flower City FLOUR, with all the flour mills with the upper and lower falls here at the Genesee River, but changed the Flower City in the late 1800s. We have the Highland Park, Genesee Valley Park, and the Lilac Festival held every year here with thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people coming in. So that's why we're FLOWER City, and the colors are lilac. So, and the Maryland in their dark jerseys with the yellow numbers.
I must say, Andrew, that the city of Rochester has a big tradition in soccer, and with the Lance of the Rhinos, and we've seen on this field, on this very field over here, the very best players of the world are playing over here. The women Flash, and other teams that were, prominent
Samuel Reynolds,
in
David
soccer.
Russo, Dylan Oliveri,
Absolutely.
and Nicholas Bauman.
And just announcing the referees, and now we will have our national anthem in just a moment, and then we will have the start of today's game. Glad you're with us here on 11 Sports for this NISA broadcast.
And now we ask fans, please rise
And
to
now
your
to honor
table and kindly
America,
remove your hats
we have our national
for the
anthem.
playing of our national anthem.
And both teams now getting ready for today's game, the traditional handshakes. So Maryland coming in third place in the league. They played 15 games, more than any other team actually in NISA. 7 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses. They are sitting 11 points behind the league frontrunners, Chattanooga FC, who are not yet lost a game this year. They are 10 wins and 4 draws. Albion San Diego is moved up to second place with 24 points. But again, Maryland, if they win today, will go ahead of the San Diego. And actually, if they tie, they'll also go ahead of them because they have a better goal difference. Flower City, though, will look to win. If they win, Joe, they'll move into 7th place, slowly moving up the table here in NISA. Studying the standings here. There's other games today, by the way. Chattanooga, top team, hosts Savannah, the bottom club. You never know. I've seen bottom teams beat top teams. Well, it's happened to Chelsea, my team, a number of times. And to Juventus, Joe's team as well. And the other game today is an important one, number 5 in the 5th in the league. Los Angeles Forest take on 6th team in the league, Club de Leon, both on 17 points. So Alex Sutton, by the way, no relation to Greg Sutton, the longtime goalie for the Montreal Impact, who played here many times against the Rochester Rhinos. Very colorful jersey that Alex Sutton is wearing today. Certainly will not be mistaken for any of the other players on the team. And you can see Mike Mejia in the neon green, which he likes to wear. So very little breeze here, maybe a little bit in the favor of Union. They'll be moving from left to right on your TV dial here on 11 Sports. Josue Cartagena coming out to join the rest of his team. We'll see what the lineup looks like when the teams actually get out on the field. I think we're going to see a lot of shifting of the offense depending on what happens. You can see over there Coach Jordan Sullivan of Flower City Union wearing the hat today. Nelson Capello on the bench. Joe, you've known Nelson for
many years,
almost 50 years now.
My whole life.
Absolutely. Played for the Rochester Lancers, played locally here for Brockport State, won the national championship there, and knows this game as well as anybody. So
It's great to Flower City to have the knowledge of Nelson Capello through all the years that he's played as a professional and then as a coach, and certainly he done a great job. His records speak for themselves because at MCC he won many trophies, he won many games, and
30 years he was at Monroe Community College. So Maryland's going to kick off to start the game, and we already see, I had Logan Lee listed in the center of the park, but he's actually going to play wide. Not actually very surprising. He likes to play there. Cartagena will be the defensive midfielder in front of the back four. And here we go. Maryland Bobcats against Flower City Union from the Rochester Community Sports Complex here in downtown Rochester, New York. And it's Richard Forka. You can tell him by he's got that bun on his head. Number 15, very experienced defender. Maryland taking it very slow to start the game. Crossfield pass. And Poseidon playing in the back to start today's game. The captain, number 8. Again, a little bit of a shift as they've moved number 33, Mike Akinyoke, into the midfield. There's Filerman, loves to get up forward on that left side. He has an educated left foot, much like Noah Kavanaugh does for Flower City. And Union now with their first possession. Quisele out to Kavanaugh, played for Michigan last year before coming to Flower City, and now back to Mike Mejia from North Bergen, New Jersey. Cartagena from Panorama City, California. So a lot of different countries and locations.
Oh, that's a foul.
Big hammer by Filerman. That's going to be a free kick, first free kick in the game, and already Union players going over to see how Logan Lee is. Logan Lee does not get a lot of starts. He's only started 3 games out of the 10 he's played from Fort Wayne, Indiana. But he gets a start today with Frederick Opoku and out with injury, and John Requeo is on the bench right now. Mac Bolduc also not getting a start. So 3 changes from the last NISA game for Flower City. Cartagena has been very good, and he's injured earlier on in the year, but now he's a regular starter. Quisele to Kavanaugh. Looking for Diacate over the top.
Pass.
And Sutton will get it on a bounce. Sutton very good in the area. He commands that area. 6'1" from New York City. So two of the big Apple players playing in the goal for both teams today. Poseidon. It has both game-winning goals this season for Maryland against Flower City. They won the first game of the season, 1-0 away from home. And let's check this play out first. There's Espinal, the dangerous, no, that's actually not Espinal. Now Espinal has it. Knocked away. And Union gets the ball clear briefly for Forka. Wyvell playing it, trying to get over to Filerman, but Lee intercepts, and now Sanchez on the run for Flower City. A nice defensive play by Akinyoke. Puts it into touch. It'll be a throw for Flower City. As we move into the 4th minute of play, no score yet between Flower City Union and the Maryland Bobcats. Diacate for Lee. And Lee goes down again. And another foul on Lee, another free kick. So Lee's been on the deck twice so far, Joe.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting tackle that they're doing. And as you notice, Andrew, you know, they trying to control the ball of midfield. So far, no high balls, and I think you know, they're filling each other up to just see what they're going to do. But here it goes, a free kick for Flower City.
See what happens here. It's Cartagena and Ferreira. Cartagena, I believe, to take this. He may just take it short. We'll see. He's going to play the long ball, chip into the box, and Sutton should claim that one easily, and he does. It's much too close to the keeper.
Yeah.
And we'll try to break out here with Malik Tom, the 24-year-old, played at the University of District Columbia. The Firebirds will all be calling basketball games when they come here to Rochester to take on Roberts Wesleyan this coming season. You hear that also on WYSL. Filerman up the touchline. And a nice cutout by Elias. And he'll play it long for Diacate. And he's very dangerous, Diacate. Now he gets the ball to Sanchez. Sanchez coming in on goal. And a nice play by Poseidon, the captain. But still dangerous. ball played up, and now Filerman has a chance to break out. Good ball forward, looking for Chom, and getting back well is Queseli, the captain. And Queseli nearly trips and falls, gets it over to Mejia, and now Kavanaugh on that left side. Up for Stewart. Again, tremendous speed is Malik Stewart, but he lost the ball for Philip Burnett, who is a player who was on their second team, Maryland Bobcats 2, and has actually come up and now started the last number of games for them. The 24-year-old from Germantown, Maryland. There's a cross in. It's still dangerous. There's Espinal playing it back, comes off ahead, and finally cleared out by Kyle Nelson. Forca with Diacate, and it comes off of Forca, and it'll be a Union ball. So first real chance there for Maryland, Joe, and Union dealt with it.
Kind of dangerous kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a bit dangerous, but you can't.
They have tremendous speed so far. What I've seen, that on the wings, and the defense playing very well.
Yep. Espinal is a very dangerous player, leading scorer in NISA, 9 goals and 4 assists. Also extremely dangerous on set pieces. He's great control on his set plays. And now little discussion between Diacate and Forca and Poseidon. A meeting of the minds there. Union gives the ball away. Wyvell was it though. Elias will just bomb it forward into the Maryland half. And Forca with a head clear. Chom, Cartagena playing it forward. Diacate lays it off for Lee. Lee on that right side. And Diacate goes down, and referee says, get up.
No play.
No foul there.
No foul. Well.
Here's Manny Gonzalez. Haven't called his name yet. He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Went to Florida Gulf Coast University. Played for the Bobcats in 2021. And then has also played in the USL for Tulsa and Oakland. Forca. Filerman again. Loves to get forward. Plays it inside. And looking for the return ball. Elias is there to cover. And Elias will play it out for the first corner of the game. Nope, they're going to call it a goal kick.
No, it was not a corner.
It's a goal kick. Yeah, you got it right, Joe. You got to keep me honest, Joe. So that's a nice play there by Elias. He played it off of.
Where is he going? He's got to be on this side.
No, he doesn't. Not anymore. He can play it. He can put it anywhere in the 6-yard box now. They changed that rule a couple years ago. I just happen to know that. Mejia with the ball in the penalty area. He'll play it long, looking for Sanchez, and a little too far for him, but bounces all the way for Lee. Sanchez, a nice move around Akiyoke. Sanchez still with it. Gets around Gonzalez, now plays it out to the far side for Stewart. Stewart looking to cut inside, gets a shot off, but it's blocked. Second chance for Union. Cartagena. Back to Sanchez again. Lee is available on the far wing, he has it. And it goes through the legs. Lee still with it, finally taken away. And here's Espinal, all the way back in his own half. Nelson. It's a nice play to get it away from Chom. And now Cartagena, back to Nelson. Nelson scored the first goal of the year for Flower City, way back in May. Queseli over the top for Noah Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh gets across him with his left foot, and Sutton right there, right in front of Logan Lee. That's what Noah Kavanaugh can do, gets forward on that left side, much like Filerman does for Maryland. But Sutton again, he has command of that area. High balls in, he usually goes and gets them. 0-0 between Flower City and Maryland as we go into the 10th minute. Tom plays it back for Poseidon. Oh, you said he's playing a high line here, playing that offside trap. Maryland recognizing it. Now ball played over the top, looking for Espinal, and Elias with a nice flick header back to Mejia. Beautiful play by Elias. And they're keeping a close eye on Darwin Espinal, as you have to do. Diakate gets a head to it. Played back by Fireman to Poseidon. And Maryland gets the ball back. Gonzalez playing up for Chom. And ball played forward. That's a good run through there. And Mejia wants to come forward and play it with his feet. And finally does. As Malik Tom nearly made Mike Mejia pay for that. But Union gets away with it. Elias, right in front of us. And count which player was offside. I think Lee and Nikati were both offsides there. But that was, Mejia wanted to let that ball roll into the penalty area so he could grab it, but he just didn't have enough pace on it, and Tom nearly stole it away. That would have been a 1-0 for Maryland. But 11th minute here at Kids Day at Rochester Community Sports Complex. A lot of youth soccer players in attendance today. Forca, check that. Akanyoke. And Gonzalez. Nice steal. Here comes Stewart. Stewart gets around one, gets around two. Stewart into the area, and finally it's taken away. Last ditch effort there. Maryland not respecting Stewart's speed. He has a tremendous first step. Akinyoke playing it over the top. That's onside. Mejia's got to play that one, and he does. Nicely puts the ball into the stands. And Maryland throwing. Tom has gotten free over the top. And that's looks like what Maryland's going to do is going to play that ball over the top to beat the offside trap with their speed. So far, Union has held firm on their defensive end. Filerman inside. Akinyoke playing it through, and that's too much pace on that one. Mejia will get it. So we got to watch that offside trap. You're right in line with it right now, Joe, on this side of the field. So we'll see what happens. But that's I think Maryland's strategy is to play the ball over the top. That's going to be a foul on Forca. Diakate is still down. Another free kick for Flower City. That's at least 3 times we've seen a Flower City player hit the artificial turf here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex.
Strangeburg beer, Agnes wine, and soft drinks are all available at the Strangeburg
So moving
Beer
into the 13th minute.
located next to
No score yet
section
between
112. This is open
Flower
to
City
all
Union and Maryland.
fans. Once again, Strangeburg beer, Agnes
Like
wine.
Elias
it's got a little bump in there. They got,
And Strangeburg beer.
He's holding
guy
his
went in with his stats up.
left
so,
hip.
yeah.
We'll see if Diakate has any trouble here as we move along here in the first half. He's a tough character, though. Very strong player from Dakar, Senegal. Came here from Albion, San Diego last year. Cross far side for Stewart, played by Elias, and now Kavanaugh. And Crisele, the captain. And Crisele again from Sanchez. Elias looking to get the cross in, plays it low, and Poseidon has to go back into the corner, and he's taken down by Stewart, and then it'll be a free kick for Maryland. So instead of going high that time, Joe, they tried to go low on the ground.
Exactly. Just the strategy that they tried to use to put the ball out of play.
Maryland's keeper Sundigan is good on the high balls. We'll see if Flower City tests him on the ground. They certainly have the speed up front to do it, especially Stewart on that left side. He came all the way across to challenge Poseidon as well. Union gets it back again. Kyle Nelson, and he plays it back to Mejia. Let's see if Mejia will play it short or long here. As we're now in the 14th minute, no score. Yep, called that, Joe. Long ball looking for Elias, and now Lee. Lee playing it forward nicely with Diakate. Let's see if Ali can do something here. Diakate inside for Lee, and,
jeez.
and he could not possess that when Gonzalez takes it away and back to Sutton. I know you're frustrated, Joe. Try to be calm. There's Wyvell. Check that. That's Gonzalez. And he gets it back. Sion. Haven't seen him move forward very much so far. He had a free kick in the game against Union here in Rochester. We scored on that direct free kick. Akinyoke playing it all the way across field. Chom. And Akinyoke again. Seeing a lot of the ball. There's Espinal. Espinal playing it inside, looking for the 1-2. Played well, but Chom has it. Here's the shot in over the top. Gonzalez can't get the ball on frame, but that's where Maryland, Joe, is very dangerous. They like those quick 1-2 passes at the top of the box, and they have a lot of understanding between their players.
Yep.
This will be Flower City Union with the goal kick. Quarter hour gone here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. No score between Flower City Union and the Maryland Bobcats. Flower City in the lilac colored jerseys and gray and gold for Maryland, their road uniform. Poor one there from Mejia, but it goes right to Stewart. And Stewart wins the throw in. Kavanaugh back for Quisele and Mejia. Kyle Nelson from Austin, Texas, played last year for Michigan. Forca gets ahead to that ball, but Lee runs onto it. Lee trying to play it inside for Diacate. Rolls all the way to Ferreira. We haven't called his name much so far in this first half. Leading scorer for Flower City. He's on the ball now. Plays it for Elias, and now back to Ferreira. Ferreira goes down. No call. Wyvell takes him down. The referee says it was a clean challenge. Espinal gets around Cartagena. Plays it square for Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to line up a shot, maybe. No, he goes to the far side. Looking for the cross. There's Chom on the ball. Back for Gonzalez. Tom. Ball popped up into the air with Maryland controlling possession at the moment, but now Lee wins it and gives it right back. Ball bounding around in midfield, and finally Nelson gets it forward. Cartagena. Neither team able to possess the ball very long here in the 17th minute. Poseidon, long ball, and Elias will intercept that one easily. Lee laying it back. Both teams pressing hard. Wyvell wins it to Tom. Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for that quick 1-2. Now there's Filerman on the overlap on that left side. See if he can get the cross in with left foot. He does. Mejia running for it, and he grabs it and goes down. Nice play by Mejia. He saw that all the way, tracked it down, and pulled it in. Man, another good attack by Maryland. Looking a little bit more dangerous so far, Joe, than Flower City is. But it doesn't matter how much possession you have, as long as you put the ball in the back of the net. Asked the Spanish national team about that when they played Japan. Japan had 23% possession and scored 4 goals. And that's a poor one from Mejia, right in the touch. Women's World Cup, of course, will be happening 5 a.m. on this coming Sunday. About, what, 11 hours from now. U.S. will play Sweden, and we'll see what happens. Sweden has been the U.S.'s bugaboo for a number of years, but anything can happen in the World Cup and the knockout stage. Remember 1982, Joe, Italy was terrible in the group stage, and they ended up winning the whole ball of wax thanks to Paolo Rossi.
I know.
You were celebrating that day. So was I. I think everybody was. The whole town of Gates, where there's a lot of Italians, were celebrating long into the night after Italy won the World Cup. Back to action with Kavanaugh.
Was then.
That was then. This
Now
is
is
now.
now. Oh,
Good
geez.
3-on-2 run here. Espinal.
Come on.
Espinal coming out. Espinal with a shot and a save by Mejia. First save of the game. As the leading scorer in Nisa has his first opportunity. That's a nice ball up the touchline. Diacate will intercept it and get it back. And taken away by Espinal. Lee gives it up. Espinal trying to get around Elias. Does so, but coming over and coming off of Espinal and right into the arms of Mejia. Espinal very dangerous. He never gives up on the ball. Mejia will play it short. Flower City with the ball in the 20th minute with no score. Elias for that ball. I don't think he even
He didn't mean to do
Even
that.
Shaquille O'Neal probably couldn't have gotten that one. A little bit too high. Akinyoke. See a lot of the ball in this first half. Gaithersburg, Maryland, went to St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia, PA. Gonzalez. Far side. Burnett. All the way over on that wing. And Gonzalez forced backwards. So Maryland possessing the ball here in the 21st minute. Have to go back to Sutton and now Forka. Forka nearly loses it to Diacate. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Nice ball for Stewart. Stewart has room to run. Stewart challenging the defense, tries to play through, and it goes all the way through, nearly on the foot of
Intercept.
Ferreira, but he just couldn't control that
That
ball.
could have been. That could have been.
Could have been very dangerous. That's a nice ball. I think the Maryland defense was laying back, thinking Stewart was going to make the run. Ferreira made his move, and the ball just went under Ferreira's foot. And Sutton was able to grab it. Pasayan for Wyvell, back to Pasayan. And now Forka. Maryland wants to possess the ball. Some token pressure by Flower City. Burnett up the touchline for Tom, and Kavanaugh's right there to intercept that ball. And he plays it up for Luke Ferreira. Ferreira on the run here. Stewart making a run in the middle. Ferreira. Ferreira for Diacate. Diacate turns. He kind of tries to lay it off for Sanchez maybe, and he does. Sanchez inside.
Shoot.
Lee with the shot, and a save by Sutton as he pushes it around the bar for the first corner of the game for Flower City. Wasn't much on that shot, Joe, but it was placed very well, going for the corner. And it's going to be the first corner of the game now for Flower City Union. Union slowly going over to take that corner. As we're nearing the midpoint of the first half with no score. In the Northeast Independent Cup final, Union scored on 2 corner kicks of their 4 goals. So certainly they are very dangerous, and it's going to be Ferreira take this corner. It's going to be an outswinger with his right foot. The big boys are up, everybody back in the 6-yard box for Maryland. This is what Union was doing against Upstate United in the Cup final. They were crowding the goalkeeper, putting everybody right on the goal line. Let's see what Union does here. Ferreira set to take the corner. Union looking for the lead midway through the first half. Here it comes. And it's going to be a foul called inside, I believe. Nope, they're going to say, actually, referee stopped play there. He wants the corner taken again. Must have seen something. I don't think he said that the ball was ready to go into play. Now it's ready. So Ferreira once again. Long ball in. It's close to Sutton. He grabs it well. Not a lot of spin on that one. He had to bring that out maybe to the 6-yard box, Joe. He was able to do that.
Yep.
Espinal, and Espinal can't control it. Boy, he had acres of space, did Darwin Espinal. And he just took his eye off the ball. It happens to the best of us. So Union with a throw-in. Break there for the home team. Just watching that again. And just poor touch there by Espinal.
No, wait.
Okay, calm down, Joe. That should have been a Flower City throw. I think the assistant said that, but Maryland took it so quickly, the referee let it go. Maryland on the attack. Pasayan for Burnett. And again, Maryland looking for those quick passes, but Union able to intercept, and that ball went out of play, I believe. Nope, it didn't. Maryland is able to keep possession and play it all the way back to Alex Sutton. 25th minute, no score. Sutton, long ball for Burnett, and he can't control it off his chest. Kavanaugh will play it long, and that's going to go all the way back into the Maryland half. I think he was expecting a run there, was Noah Kavanaugh, and didn't get one. Maryland again playing that long ball, looking over the top, and Kavanaugh with a nice header back from Mejia. Maryland's just going to keep trying that, Joe, I think the whole game, waiting for a mistake.
Exactly.
Mejia
I'm not a fan of the long ball like this, but
well, Union's playing that high line, so I think that's what their strategy is to let their speedy forwards run onto the ball. That's going to be a throw for Maryland. Akinyoke playing it back for Gonzalez. Tom. Square for Burnett. Back to Tom again. Tom has 2 goals, 2 assists this season in 8 matches. Spent some time playing for Newcastle, but not the Newcastle in the northeast of England, Newcastle, Australia. Wyvell playing it for Burnett. Maryland still controlling in those tight spaces. Akinyoke. Ball played through, and that time the runner didn't make his run, and Guselli able to gather and play it back for Mejia. 27th minute moving into that. And it's 0-0 here in Rochester, New York. Here on 11 Sports. Glad you're with us here for this NISA match. Selle squares it for Nelson. As Union tries to get some possession here, force Maryland to chase. Elias playing it forward for Sanchez. Nice move. Came off of Filerman. Sanchez will throw it in quickly and does for Diacate. Diacate double teamed. Diacate playing it all the way to the touch line and loses out to Forca. Diacate tried to do a little too much there. Didn't have a lot of help though to play it back either. So tried to do it on his own, and Maryland's defense up to the task. Gonzalez gets it back from Espinal. Maryland being very patient here in their back line. So Maryland is content to possess the ball in their own half right now.
so far the possession of the ball has been in favor of Maryland, and their passing been more accurate. The midfield seems to be working very well, for Maryland, and they're going with the long ball, and
here comes Espinal. That's ball all the way to the near side. Ball free in the 6-yard box, and finally Union able to break out with it. Now Stewart has a lot of space here. Let's see if he can turn on the Jets. Stewart working on Forca. Stewart. This ball gets behind him and a loose pass.
why did he do that?
Well, he lost the ball. He didn't get the ball in front of him and had to go back for it. But certainly Espinal,
That was a heck of an opportunity.
it certainly was. Can't let Stewart run free like that. That's what he loves. Maryland now back in possession. Akinyoke. Espinal once again, Akinyoke. Fireman has some space on the left side. They haven't used him yet. Now Fireman cuts inside, but the ball goes back to Forca. Now everybody in the Flowerson Union half, except for Prasayan, who gets the ball in his own half, the captain. Kavanaugh wins the ball. Nice play. Stepping up is Prasayan. He goes down, free kick. That may be the first foul of the game on Union, Joe. Maryland's committed a few, no cards yet in the game. Just be a free kick for the Bobcats as we near the half-hour mark here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Still looking for our first goal of the game. Cham and Akinyoke. Ball comes through to Espinal. Working on Elias. And a nice play by Stephen Elias. He'll play it up for Diacate. Can Diacate get around Forca? Forca wins the ball. Nice play by the veteran Forca. 29 years old from Silver Springs, Maryland. He's played in this league for a number of years now. He's tough to beat. That's still dangerous. A one-on-one. You don't want to leave Diacate one-on-one with a defender. So you never know. Whoop, there's nearly a mistake there, but recovering is Gonzalez. Now Filerman, and coming forward is Stewart. Lightning-like quick to win that ball. Tries to win it again from Forca, but Forca plays it off of Stewart for a throw. JJ, when you have a speedy player like that, you cannot relax 1 second.
That's for sure. And so far, on both teams, you got players with a lot of speed.
Speed kills, as they say. Espinal for Wyval, looking to play the through ball. That's not a good one. Easily cut out by Kavanaugh. Diacate, Stewart. Gonzalez back, sorry, Sanchez back to Stewart. And taken away. Here is Gonzalez. As we're now into the 31st minute here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex here on 11 Sports. 0-0 between Flower City Union and Maryland Bobcats. Quisele will play it back for Mike Mejia. Each keeper has made one save so far. Elias steps around Espinal. Ball is played right back in. Nelson goes over the top. Just controlling the ball, playing all the way back to Sutton. They're in no hurry. Sutton setting everything up here. Everybody's in position. Forker just taking his time. Wyval. Andrew Wyval from Gettysburg, PA. Went to Ohio Wesleyan University. And here's Espinal. Got a little bit of space in front of him. Playing it up, and that's a poor one. Elias easily cuts that one out. Akinyoke retrieves at midfield. Burnett. Gonzalez. Let that ball go, and here comes Stewart. Now he's got some room. 3-on-4 here. Stewart will hold it up a bit. Ferreira, nice move. He wants to take the shot, but plays it to the Kavanaugh. That left foot, but nobody there to pick up the left foot. Joe, you're trying to coach from the sideline, from the press box here. And up here in the press box, by the way, is the owner of Flower City Union, Jimmy Paola. Came over from the left coast to take in today's game. Dapperly dressed as always.
Welcome, Jimmy.
That's what he wants the 3 points to take back to LA with it. Filerman playing it forward, staying back, and Espinal actually a call off sides. So before the foul, it was an offside call. The referee raised his flag up. Immediately put back into play by Union. Sanchez. Nice touch by Diacate. But one back by the Bobcats. Posayan, the captain. Playing in the center of the defense tonight for Maryland. Akinyoke, far side for Burnett. And nice play. Coming back for the ball is Quisele. Kavanaugh now with a run on that left side. Maryland able to win possession back as ball played off of Kavanaugh for the throw. 34th minute, check that. And we're still looking for our first goal tonight here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Maryland now pushing forward. Cham. Abdu Cham.
Good.
Abdu Cham still with the ball, plays it off of
Corner
Nelson.
kick.
It's going to be a corner. Second corner for Maryland. And another set play opportunity for the Bobcats. Let's see what they do with this one. Look, Espinal is going to go over and take it. And Wyval is going to make himself available for a short corner. And then he's going to go back. With big bodies up there for Maryland, as are for Flower City. Espinal ready to take the in-swinging corner. Ball played in, comes off ahead, and Mejia able to grab it on his goal line. Mejia playing it long, looking for Stewart, and that ball's going to run out of play. It's an awkward spin on that ball, took it out into touch. But again, they're leaving room in the back. They put a lot of players forward in Maryland, Joe, and they nearly paid for it again.
Well, if you notice a little bit that the coach Sutton over is in control of the ball, and he's making the team calm and to take their time, and so he's like a second coach on the field.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience in the back with Poseidon and Forka. They've been around the league a long time. Poseidon, 29 years old, from the Ivory Coast. Ball played through for Filerman, and he's called offsides. That time the offside trap worked. Ball's put in the back of the net. That should be a yellow card, but it won't be. Can't do that. If the whistle blows, you can't put the ball in the net. But referee Mr. Reynolds will let that go. I'm sure he'll give a little talking to Abdul Cham, 31-year-old from Senegal. Played for the University of Connecticut, the Huskies. 77 games played, 46 goals. That's a pretty good strike rate. Also played for Louisville City, who of course played against the Rochester Rhinos on this field many times. Stewart on that far side. You make a run into the box. Stewart cuts in, ball taken away, but Sanchez gathers it. Short pass back to Sanchez. Cartagena. I haven't called his name much here in the first half. Quisele and Kyle Nelson, and now everybody for Maryland back in their own half. Sanchez. And Nelson. Obviously looking to unlock this Maryland defense. They've not been able to score against them this year. Elias playing it forward, and Diakate is taken down by Poseidon. That'll be a free kick. He obstructed Diakate, was looking to run into that ball. It may be a booking for Poseidon. Let's see. And Logan Lee not happy with that challenge as Poseidon, or check that, Diakate is still on the ground. 37th, 38th minute, and
Well, not that dangerous, let me tell you.
it's
just faking right now.
well, we'll see. I don't know. He went down pretty hard. That turf is not, it's not grass, so it's not very forgiving when you hit it. Diakate did go down earlier and went down on his hip. So let's see what happens. This gives some of the players a chance to grab some water on the sideline. Again, it's not very hot. It's about 75 degrees, but probably more like 80 to 85 on the field. So this will be a set piece opportunity for Flower City in the 38th minute. Let's see what Coach Jordan Sullivan and assistant Nelson Capello. Actually, they did book Poseidon for that foul. And that'll be the 38th minute. So that was deemed to be a cynical foul by the referee, Mr. Reynolds. So now you have one of your center backs, Joe, with a yellow card. You go right at him, try to pick up a second yellow. We'll see if that's what the strategy that Jordan Sullivan puts forward here. But right now we have a free kick opportunity. It will be Luke Ferreira with his educated right foot over the ball. Very easy to see where 10 yards is with the football lines. We do play football here in the fall. High schools in Rochester. Let's see if Ferreira could take a shot here potentially. There's a three-man wall. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for goal here. Ferreira can score from this distance. And he does, and it goes off the wall, and it's going to be a corner kick. Called that one right, Joe. He did go for it. Tried to pick out that near corner.
Fans, one more reminder to support Golisano Children's Hospital with their
So second corner for Flower City here in the first half.
Will be at halftime. Golisano Children's Hospital sponsored 50-50 raffle. Tickets available near
6 players forward for
will be at halftime.
Flower City.
Got a few minutes left to get
I believe it's going to be Ferreira again with the corner kick. This will be an outswinger, so you want to get that ball out to the 6-yard box if possible. Of course, again, Union crowding the goalie. Here's the corner, And Sutton once again right there. Trying to put that ball right in the mixer and hope for a mistake maybe, but so far on those two corners, it's been Sutton claiming the ball. About 5 minutes to go plus first half stoppage time. There hasn't been much of that. A couple of slight injuries. I don't think they call it stoppage time like they do in the World Cup, where every single second they're not playing is considered stoppage time. That's why we get 13, 14 minutes of stoppage time. That plays havoc with your DVR.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I got to put 2 hours extra on my DVR for these knockout stage games. Maryland with the ball, coming forward. Nice play by Kyle Nelson to get it out of there briefly, but still Maryland on the attack. Chom playing it to the far side for Burnett. We're going to get the cross in. It's blocked by Logan Leewell for a throw. Did not give up the corner kick. So deep throw in the corner for Maryland. Wyvell, and it's going to be offsides. It can't be offsides on a throw, but when they played the ball back, it was offsides.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good, smart play by the Flower City defense. Obviously, this must be something they're working on in practice, weighing that offside trap, Joe. They've used it pretty much the whole game.
They have an understanding of the defense. That's basically they move forward or do the offside trap.
You live by the offside trap and you die by the offside trap.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, but Union wants to limit the amount of space that Maryland has. And nearly got into trouble there, did Quisele, but
Get
Nelson
the ball out of there. Get the ball out of there.
and they did. Here's comes Elias. Elizabeth and Elias, that poor touch. Ball was running away from him and skewed into touch.
I think it's the turf that does that doesn't make it easy for them to control
There's
the
a couple
ball.
of spots where you see more black than green. But it happens for both of you. We saw Espinal lose the ball out of bounds on that same touch line earlier. So about 3+ minutes plus stoppage time is Forker with a nice move around Diacate, and then just plays it back for Prasayan, who is now on a yellow card. Only booking of the first half. Akinyoke going wide instead of central. Sanchez right with him. And a nice play by Stewart and Sanchez together to take that ball away. Stewart, the run on the right. He picks up the ball. He's going to work on Forka. Stewart, still Stewart. Stewart, one move, two moves, can't get the shot off.
Nobody followed. That's the problem. There's nobody followed.
Nobody
the play.
fouled up right behind the play.
Exactly.
Right, Joe. Good call. That's Joe Sirianni, who's seen this game for many, many years. Long ball, and that's offsides. I think all three players were offsides there for Maryland. Joe Sirianni, our expert color commentator, who's seen all the greats in soccer, where he was the trainer for the Lancers in the North American Soccer League, had his trusty black bag and the magic spray, always ready to take the field.
Those were the good old days.
Pelé, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Quinalia, Gerd Muller. Here's Stewart. Stewart inside for Diacate. Can he make room for a shot? Diacate still with the ball. Played out. And here's Stewart again. Stewart into the middle. Goes all the way through for Kavanaugh.
Take it easy.
got it left.
Easy. Pass the ball.
That's what he's, Joe coaching again here from the press box. I think he can hear you down there. Union still with the ball. Oh, whoa, to Sanchez. Plenty of room. Let's see if Oscar can do something here. Nice ball inside for Elias. Elias tries to get the cross in. And it's taken out by Maryland as Elias goes down behind the play. And it'll be a throw in for the Bobcats as we move into the final minute of the first half with no goals. See Coach Sullivan there urging his players on. Here's where you do not want to give up a goal right here at the end of a half. That could really change the momentum. Quisele back for Kavanaugh. See how much time. Looks like it's going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time based on what I'm seeing down on the fourth officials table. Nelson for Kavanaugh. Maryland's had pretty much the possession of this half, but really just no real clear-cut opportunities. One big save, I think, for each goalkeeper, but it's been an even match, and this shows with the scoreline. Stewart, knocked away by Forca, and here's Espinal, and taken out by Nelson. Good play. Pasayan, Sanchez. Sanchez gets around. Manny Gonzalez. Cartagena for Quesele. Cartagena again. Elias has some space on the near side. And there's a confirmation of 2 minutes of stoppage time. And going down is Ferreira, free kick. So in first half stoppage time, free kick for Flower City, well outside of shooting range. We'll see what if Union tries to play this ball into the box. Doesn't look like it though. Cartagena and Ferreira over the ball. Here behind the ball for Maryland. It is played short. Sanchez. Throw in as it comes off Espinal. Back.
Wasn't ready.
And taken away by Wyvell. First half stoppage time. Wyvell. Going back well. And Espinal gets around one. And Sanchez takes him down. That's going to be a booking. Maryland wants a red, but it was not last man back. It's going to be, it's a yellow and it's a deserved. It's a professional foul. If this is given as a red, I'd be very surprised, Joe, because it was not last man back.
No.
That's what Maryland is saying.
It's a yellow card, but not a red card.
Well, we haven't seen the card come out yet, but Mr. Reynolds it's going to be yellow for Sanchez in first half stoppage time, and he had to do it because Espinal was off to the races. First half stoppage time, so Sanchez goes into the book. And it'll be a free kick. And here's where Espinal is very, very dangerous. He can pick out players very, very well. And that's how Maryland scored their first goal against Michigan on Tuesday. And a free kick very similar to this spot. Espinal played the ball into the box, and Chom ran onto it at the 6-yard box and just volleyed it right into the net.
A yellow card has been issued to Flower City Union number 11, Oscar Sanchez.
So this may be the last kick of the first half as we're well into stoppage time now. We played the 2 minutes, but the referee will allow this free kick. The referee says, put the ball back here. So it's about 30 yards out on this left side. So watch, there's going to be a ball will swing in toward Mejia, so watch for a runner to try to get a flick on here. Two-man wall for Maryland, big moment in the game. Union does not want to give up a goal here. Espinal, that's a poor one from him, and easily put it into the stands, and that should just about do it for the first half. Can't be much time left. Espinal could do much better than that. And he's going to leave the throw in. That's going to pretty much, must be just seconds left in the first half. Filerman, the ball just played in the touch again, and that's going to do it for the first half here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex here in downtown Rochester. Score at the break, Flower City Union 0 and the Maryland Bobcats 0. Joe, first half thoughts.
My approach to this game so far is that there's been a lot of good playing. There's a lot of passes been done, but no really shot on goal except a couple of them. Okay. I think that so far Maryland has been the better team at the midfield and on defense. So I think that Flower City have done a good job too, but they were so far, I think they have been unlucky in outplay.
Thoughts from Joe Sirianni, color commentator for Flower City Union. We'll be back as we get closer to the second half here at Rochester Community Sports Complex. We'll take a break. Score again at the half, Flower City Union 0 and Maryland Bobcats 0. Back in a few minutes here on 11 Sports. And we're back here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Andrew Battisti and Joe Sirianni from Soccer is a Kick in the Grass, North America's longest running soccer radio show. Now in our 30th year on the air on WYSL and live on the web at soccerisakickinthegrass.com. Every Monday at 6:30, we have interviews with Flower City Union players. We also cover all U.S. soccer and the world's game as well with Michael Lewis from FrontRowSoccer.com, who is our U.S. correspondent. Of course, we're covering the World Cup as well. 0-0 here between Flower City Union and the Maryland Bobcats. Joe, just remember this thing at halftime with Jeremy Paola about the Lancers and North American Soccer League. And boy, it was just incredible. We saw some of the best players in the world come through Rochester.
Andrew, there is so many memories. There's so many great players that played at the old Aquinas Stadium, and believe me, when you think about all the things that we did and all that is happening in Rochester, those were the days, my friend. Like that.
We thought they'd never end, but they did.
But they did, unfortunately, and it just sad. But we have the Flower City team, and I hope that the people are going to come and support them, and because that's the only professional soccer team right now in Rochester, and it's a shame that the people think that this this area is dangerous. It's really not. It's just an assumption that people make, but the reality that there is no things that have happened that has been reported by the police or anything alike. So
we're just down the road from Innovative Field, where formerly Frontier Field, where the Rhinos played back in the day, and we're happy that we have Flower City Union and the NISA League that have done very well and promoting soccer all over the country.
Fans, like to bring your attention to our post-game festivities.
Teams getting ready to start the second half. See if there's any substitutions. I've not seen anything at this point. We will keep you up to date on that. Flower City will now move to our goal on the left, which is closer to where we're sitting here in the press box at the Community Sports Complex. Looking out on the field, I don't see any substitutions at this point, so both coaches, Jordan Sullivan for Flower City and Alex Cayo for Maryland, sticking with their lineups, but we could definitely see some subs. I think, Joe, the subs may be the key to this game, because somebody needs to unlock and get that first goal, and maybe a sub will do it.
Well, I think that one of the advantages that Flower City has right now, because the sun is going down, and Maryland has got the sun in their eyes right now, so it's going to be good for for our fans, to be able to maybe take a few shots on goal and score one goal. All we need is one goal right now, and I hope it's us.
Well, Flower City was down 3-0 in the Independent Cup final to Upstate United and scored 4 goals in the last 32 minutes of the game after they brought in subs. So we'll see what adjustments they made at halftime, and we'll see what kind of effect that has. Flower City Union will kick off to start the second half. And I guess we'll give you the lineups real quick. It's Mike Mahey in goal, back line of Nelson, Kavanaugh, Gusele, and Cartagena. Also have Malik Stewart, Luke Ferreira, Logan Lee, Oscar Sanchez, Stephen Elias in midfield, Ali Diacate up front. For Maryland, Alex Sutton, back four of Richard Forca, Philip Burnett, Jocelyn Posayan, the captain, and who's on a yellow card, by the way, Jimmy Filerman. Midfield, Michael Akinyoke, Manny Gonzalez, Malik Tom, Andrew Ravel, and the number 1 scorer in NISA, Darwin Espinal. Front runner is Abdu Cham. Also Oscar Sanchez on a yellow card as well for Flower City as we're underway here in the second half. Union on the ball, looking for Diacate over the top, and Forca with a header, but Stewart gets control. Stewart with the shot is blocked. Stewart again, and he shoots it over the top.
Good attempt.
But good start for Flower City, right on the attack to start with. So Maryland with their first possession of the second half is Sutton waiting for the ball to come out of the stands. But most of the people here at the stadium and good crowd are on the press box site. You can't see them, unfortunately, on camera, but there's definitely a good crowd here tonight in Rochester. And Sutton with the goal kick.
If you look at the north side of the stadium, there's people there enjoying the sun right now. And if you look on the south part of the stadium, there's the stands are full, the press boxes are full.
And the suites are full.
And the suite as well. So I think that there's got to be close to 1,000 people or even more.
And Burnett on the ball, playing it inside for Tom. Tom double teamed in the corner. Tom tries to get the cross in, but Kavanaugh's right there, and he will clear it out. Right back in by Pasayan, the captain. Ferreira with the ball. And he plays it forward for Diacate. Can he run onto it? Forca again with a nice defensive play. He's had an excellent game so far for Maryland. And he's had to do those one-on-one battles, and he's won every one of them so far. Richard Forca from Silver Spring, Maryland. Cartagena, near side for Kavanaugh. He had a goal in the game against Upstate United with his educated left foot. Quesele for Kyle Nelson. Flower City controlling the ball here in this second half. There's Stewart. Stewart steps away from one, steps away from another, and keeps possession well. And fans appreciating that. Ferreira for Kavanaugh on the overlap. Kavanaugh still with it, back to Ferreira. 3 goals, 3 assists this year, leading scorer for Flower City. That's the guy you want with the ball. He can create and he can score himself. And now he runs forward past Tom. Past another, goes down. Referee says no. No foul. Tom playing forward now. Ferreira tracking him back. Malik Tom. And Cartagena with the interception. Just underway here in the second half. 3 minutes in, still no score here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Union's been scoring goals more frequently later in this season, later on in this season than they did earlier. Maryland's won both games 1-0 and 3-0 this season, but that's when Union was having trouble scoring. Lee knocked away by Burnett, and Tom picks it up. Tom gets around, tries to get around Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh does a little rugby tackle, and it'll be a free kick. Referee saying, don't do that again, or you're going to go in my book. He looks pretty mad, Joe. So Akinyoke with the free kick. And he just plays it back into the back four for Forca. Other games today in Nisa will be Chattanooga hosting Savannah, and later on the LA Force hosting Club de Leon. And that'll be a goal kick for Mike Mejia. Earlier this week, we had the Michigan Stars lost to the Maryland Bobcats 2-1, and they also played their derby game against Gold Star Detroit on Thursday, and that ended in actually yesterday it was ended in a scoreless tie. So Michigan sitting in 4th place, the defending champions. Gold Star in 7th. If Flower City can get a win today, they'll move up into 7th over the top of Gold Star. Maryland on the attack. Coming forward, Espinal with the shot over the top. And that's, again, Joe, one guy you cannot let him free, leading scorer in the league. He was leaning back a little. Every time he leaned back in a shot, it always goes over the top. And that was well over.
Yep.
So let off for Union 5 minutes into the second half, and it's still no score. I mentioned about the sun, Joe. Actually, the sun is in the eyes of Mike Mejia in the second half. It will go down a little bit, but that might be something to watch. Long free kick. Diacate gets a knock into it, and Forca just bombs it back into the Flower City half. Nelson will try to head it back, and he does so. And we'll up close and personal between Abdu Cham and Mike Mejia. No harm, no foul. And play by Tom to knock that into touch. Should be a throw for Union. Ferreira. Ferreira looked long, but size played short for Cartagena. Josue Cartagena played for the Chattanooga Red Wolves last year in USL 1. Long ball, and Sutton right there at the edge of his area to gather that up. Off on the far side. Here's Wyvell. Nelson cuts him off. Wyvell looking to find the runner, and but nice play again by Cartagena to intercept. Gonzalez, he's forced back. Good defense by Flower City. Ball played across for the captain, Pasayan. And watch, he is on a yellow card, so see if Union goes after him, specifically try to pick up that second yellow. Inside for Wyvell, back for Gonzalez. Intercepted. Stewart. Wanted Elias to make that run, but did. But now here's Diacate. Center circle for Sanchez. Nice ball. Stewart. Stewart on the side. Stewart in on goal. Stewart with the shot. And a goal!
Hey.
Flower City Union takes the lead. Malik Stewart scores his second goal of the season. And it's Flower City Union 1 and Maryland 0. And Joe, again, the speed of Malik Stewart got out of that ball, got past the defender, and calmly rolled it past Sutton into the back of the net. And all the Flower City Union players congratulating Malik Stewart. And we'll get the time of that goal. I believe it was the 53rd minute.
Flower City goal.
Oxer Sanchez with the assist.
Stewart.
So Sanchez picks up his first point of the season. In the 53rd minute, Flower City Union takes the lead on Maryland Bobcats 1-0. Now the last game Maryland played, Michigan Stars led 1-0 and Maryland came back to win 2-1. So there's no rest for the weary, but now let's see if the strategy changes at all for either team. Now we finally got our first goal. It's always good to get a goal, Joe. You never want a 0-0 tie.
Yeah.
And here comes Stewart again. Malik Stewart gets around one, gets taken down, free kick. And Malik Stewart is putting his stamp on this game. Somebody, Joe, had to step up for Flower City.
I'm glad he
And Malik
did.
Stewart has stepped up. Maryland has not been able to contain his pace. And when you got a guy running at that pace, running at your defense, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
So free kick for Flower City. And Ferreira will come over to take that free kick. Right at the parallel with the top of the box, so 18 yards out. And referee Mr. Reynolds will step off 10 yards. You would love to get a second goal here. That's what they did against Upstate United in the Cup final. They scored 2 goals in 2 minutes to get back into that game. Reynolds, Mr. Reynolds, the referee, ready to blow his whistle, and he does. Here comes the free kick. Ferreira into the box, and it's cleared out. The Union's still with the ball in the Maryland half. They're going to let it roll out. Will Cartagena for a throw-in. Kavanaugh will come over to take it. He only wants 1 ball, not 2. That would be a much different game if there were 2 balls. Logan Lee, and it's going to be a throw for Maryland. This came off of Logan Lee. Good play by Pasayan. So Flower City Union breaks through here on a goal from Malik Stewart, his second goal of the season. He did score the winning goal in the Cup final as well. Sanchez with the assist, and Union has the lead. Casele. Maryland pushing forward a little more, now pressing the Union back line. Casele forced back. Plays it square and gets it back. Maryland definitely pulling their pressure up a little. It might give, again, more opportunity. Ferreira gets hit in the face by Tom. It'll be a free kick. And Joe, the danger, if Maryland pushes forward more, that's going to leave their back line exposed for the speed of Flower City. Flower City takes the free kick. Kavanaugh, and once again, here comes Gonzalez to charge up and press. And so far, Union very cool on the ball. You want to get that ball up into the Maryland half, though. Gusele will come forward himself for Sanchez as the assist on the goal. Sanchez inside for Diakate. And Diakate is kicked, no call. He still has possession. Wyvell chasing. Sanchez, Diakate, and Forca will blast it back into the Union half. 57th minute, Union 1, Bobcats 0. Nelson steps away for Quisele. Kavanaugh wants to go long, decides better of it. Looking for Ferreira maybe. Now he'll chip the ball long. Looking for the head of Diakate, gets his head to it. Logan Lee brings it down. Flower City on the attack. Ferreira for Kavanaugh. Back to Ferreira again. And Cartagena. And he's forced back. Maryland definitely has upped the pressure in the last few minutes. Now they're down a goal. Gusele. Ferreira again. And he loses possession. Obviously, Mean tries to get the ball back, but it's won by Maryland. Long ball looking forward for Espinal. Espinal brings it down. Espinal with a chip over the top. And Joey saw Mejia off his line, tried to put it over him, and just could not get the ball down.
It was a great play, but dangerous as well.
Absolutely. So Maryland now, again, has upped the pressure. Let's see if Flower City can answer the call here. Flower City has 2 wins and 4 losses at home, but they've won their 2 out of their last 3 at home have they won. The only loss was to Club de Leon. They beat Detroit and Savannah by 2-0 scorelines. Now ball played through. Kavanaugh's going to try to get onto it. Tom tries to run onto it. Kavanaugh, ball loose in the area. Cleared out, shot in. Another shot, and Mejia saves. Big save by Mejia.
Corner kick.
That's a corner for the Bobcats. You know, a little bit loose defensively that time. And Maryland nearly took advantage of Mejia up to the task. It was Cham got the shot on Mejia and was saved. Now we have the corner kick. Ball in and cleared out of the area, and Stewart's going to be able to clear the lines for Flower City. But Maryland once again in the attack with Cham. Burnett on the overlap into the corner, and will be a Maryland throw deep in the corner. Thrown in, and ball cleared out, and it'll be another throw for Maryland. Now in the 60th minute, Flower City Union ahead 1-0. On the goal by Malik Stewart in the 53rd minute. Here comes Diakate. 4-on-3 if they hurry. Stewart, and a nice play by Poseidon to clear it out, and the ball is just off the mark there. And Malik Stewart clapping for the effort, though, from Diakate. Maryland still on the defense, though, as Flower City will leave the throw in, and Kavanaugh will take it. And referee Mr. Reynolds says, let's get on with it. Cartagena. And a bad play there by Quisele, but Mejia comes off his line quickly. That ball comes off the referee. And Union on the attack. Elias over the top. Lee trying to run onto it. Lee with a burst of speed. And trying to shepherd it out, and does so very well, is Filerman for Maryland. Goal kick for Sutton. That's what Maryland needs to do. Try to break in quick on the counter. because Maryland's going to throw more bodies forward now that they're behind. Stewart tries to run onto that one. Taken away, and ball just played into touch by Quiselli safely. It'd be a throw for Maryland right in front of their bench. Sion. Forka. Looks like Maryland maybe have gone to a three-man back line now. Burnett pushing forward more on that wing back position. Cham. Far side. Espinal is tackled away by Elias. 62nd minute. Flower City up 1-0. Ball played back to Poseidon. Poseidon bothered by Ferreira. And Sutton. Well out of his goal. Playing it long, and Kavanaugh with a nice header. Sanchez tries to get ahead to it and does so. Sanchez goes down. Free kick. Gonzalez not happy with the call. And referee says, I have the whistle, you don't. Right at the center spot, it'll be a free kick for Flower City. No substitutions yet for either side. Looks like though Flower City looking to make a sub. Angelo Calfo getting ready to come into the game. He'll be a defender, so let's see if they take a forward off maybe or an offensive midfielder. Calfo from my favorite college, other than my alma mater, St. John Fisher, Gonzaga. Sanchez. Chances gets around Gonzalez. Sanchez still with it. And Joe not happy as he triple teams Sanchez. And nice play by Weibel. Another little nice touch, but Lee gets in the way. Both teams trying to find their way through this crowded midfield.
Gotta take Sanchez out.
Gonzalez. Yeah, Sanchez is on a yellow card too.
Yep.
Here's Stewart. Let's see if Stewart can use that speed. Stewart was the goal scorer. Stewart looking ahead. Diacao tried to play it in Diacate very cleverly, but again, Richard Forka right there. He's seen that many times. Chomp. Chomp plays to the far side. Espinal working on Elias. Espinal plays it in and right into the arms of Mike Mejia. See who Calfo will be coming out, will be replacing. No word yet. Mejia playing it long, looking for Stewart. Comes off of Filerman. And won by Akinyoke. Obviously sitting back a little bit now. Looking to maybe counter. Burnett. We're going to see another sub coming in for Maryland. It'll be number 16, Pierre Richard from Fairfax, Virginia. 22-year-old. Elias running back to get the ball in the Flower City half. He'll play it up the touchline right to Filerman. Back inside.
Gotta control the ball. Gotta get the ball. Control the ball.
That's what they got to do. The ball bouncing crazily on the field here. Sanchez playing it near side for Lee. Back for Kavanaugh, and he's just going to boom it down. And Maryland got a piece of that ball, but now a chance here for Flower City. Sanchez. A little bit of time. Play for Cartagena. Now sent to Kavanaugh. Flower City trying to slow the game down. Quisele for Ferreira. That's the guy you want on the ball. And Ferreira again.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Joe again coaching from the press box. That's okay, Joe. I know you have the passion. Elias, and he can't control it. It'll be a throw for Maryland, and they're going to now allow the subs. It's going to be, you called it, Joe. Sanchez is going to come out. Yep. That's a good move there. Again, you don't want somebody on a yellow card.
Yep.
So it'll be Sanchez out and Angelo Calfo coming in. It'll be sub made in the 65th minute. First sub of the game for Flower City. Sanchez assisting on the goal from Malik Stewart that separates the two teams. Calfo, 24 years old, from Seattle, Washington. And we'll also see Pierre Richard also coming in these. It'll be the 66th minute for Richard. And we'll see who comes out for Maryland. They're going to hold on that sub. Richard saying, come on, coach, I want to get in the game. But that sub will be held. So we'll see when Richard will come in. Maryland with the throw in the 66th minute. Forced back is Gonzalez, Burnett, and Burnett again. Obviously a little bit more aggressive, pressing the ball, and they win it. Diakate. Ball played forward, looking for Stewart, but cut out well by Akinyoke. Forca playing it up. Nice play there. Let's see if Lee can run to this one. He is crunched to the ground. The play on, says the referee. It's the advantage. Ferreira. Inside pass for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh toward the goal. Nice grab by Sutton. As Diakate
Nice
was
save.
right there on the doorstep. Maryland once again with possession. Filerman. Looking forward for Wyvell, but that's going to be run down by Kyle Nelson. Back to Mejia. And Mejia plays it up the pitch. Akinyoke is bothered by Cartagena. He takes him down. That's going to be a free kick for Flower City. And now we're going to see also for Flower City the veteran Matt Bolduc, 28-year-old from Hancock, New Hampshire. Many seasons with the Richmond Kickers and played right here against the Rhinos for Harrisburg City back in 2016. As we have a player down for Flower City.
Go.
It's Cartagena.
Come on, ref.
Easy, Joe. Calm down. I know you want to be out there on the bench.
Yeah.
That's why you got red carded in that one game in the NASL. So we'll see who the sub is. I think that's Gonzalez. You can tell him by his face. 23, yep. Or is it 22? No, it's 22. Wyvell will come out. So that will be the official sub in the 68th minute. First sub for Maryland. And now Matt Bolduc will also come into the game. But that will be, and there, Matt saying, come on, get me in the game. What's going on here? So long ball played in, looking for Diakate. He goes down. Both players go down. It's going to be a free kick. Diakate saying he fouled me. Well, they're going to give Diakate a yellow card, I think. Yep, they are. 69th minute. Diakate goes in the book. I believe that was for hands to the face. So Diakate gets booked in the 69th minute. And Matt Bolduc's still waiting to come into the game. And they're saying Sutton trying to make his claim that it was intentional. I don't think they're going to call that. Overall, it's been a very well refereed game, I think, Joe. I know you don't like referees. No offense to Kevin Barcy over there. But it's been pretty well refereed game. He's kept control of it.
Yep. Why don't they get the guy in?
I know. They're Matt Bolduc waiting for the sub, and the referee now saying he's going to hold play and allow the substitution.
Okay.
So Matt Bolduc will come in. It should be the 70th minute, I believe. They're waiting for the confirmation. And I say, come on, get me in the game. They want the number of the player coming off, I think. So it's 32. Matt Bolduc will come in, and we'll see who comes out for Flower City. We still don't know. Sometimes when you have these manual numbers, it's going to be number 8, Logan Lee, who will come out. Then it'll be in minute number 70. That's why we got a good move. Logan Lee took a couple of bumps, Joe, in the first half. Pretty hard fouls. And so he will come out, and Bolduc, the veteran, will come into the game. It'll be pretty much a straight swap there. Bolduc will be a withdrawn forward or attacking midfielder. Referee saying, get off the field. Lee taking his time, trying to waste time here, as all good soccer players do. And comes in, Matt Bolduc. Bolduc with 2 goals this season for Flower City. And Alex Sutton saying, come on, let's get on with it. I'm sure there will be stoppage time added for these substitutions, usually 30 seconds plus. So Sutton now with a long ball, and it's right at Elias. And he'll just bomb it back downfield, trying to catch Sutton there. That's a little bit opportunistic, I'd say, but hey, I've seen stranger things happen. And it's going to be a throw once again for Maryland. Joe, about 20 minutes to go. Flower City hanging on to the 1-0 lead.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Maryland on the ball. Player gets taken down. Free kick. And we have some more extracurriculars. And it's going to be a booking for Angelo Calfo. Just came out in the game, and now he gets booked. Calfo better keep his mouth shut, or else.
No, it pushed the ball away.
So that's going to be in the 71st minute. Angelo Calfo will be put in the referee's book.
Yellow card has been issued to Flower City Union's number 5, Angelo Calfo.
So it'll be a free kick for Maryland, and they're just on their side of the midfield stripe. Bobcats down 1-0 to Flower City Union here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Union looking for their 4th win of the season, which will move them into 7th place above Gold Star Detroit if they hold on to this 1-0 lead. Gonzalez just plays it short for Filerman. Back to Gonzalez again. Again, trying to find a way over the top, and Nelson with a header. Espinal runs onto it. And Espinal
Cover the number 7.
plays off of Nelson, but still Flower City on the defense. Filerman goes to the byline, tries to get around 1, gets around 2. Ball knocked away though, and nice play. Elias freed up on that far side. Diacate back to Elias. And Maryland does a nice job clouding that touch line. But again, cleared out by Union. Burnett plays to the near side. Malik Tom, Kavanaugh on him. Tom plays it square for Richard, the substitute. And Poseidon, long crossfield pass to Filerman. And Forca. Maryland taking their time. So plenty of time left in the game. Long ball, and Mejia will come on and take control. Saw that one coming all the way. A little bit too much air on that ball, and Mejia with a nice catch. Flower City will be at Gold Star Detroit. Actually, they'll be playing as Salt City Union, the Syracuse flavor of the franchise. That'll be next Saturday at 8 p.m. Back home on the 16th to take on Club de Leon at 6 p.m. That's a Wednesday evening here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Maryland will be home to Savannah next Saturday, and then we'll take on the Maryland Bobcats 2 in the Mid-Atlantic NISA Independent Cup. That'll be very interesting. You have the 2 teams that are basically the same set of players playing against each other. So be interesting to see how that one works out. Ferreira taking his time, back to Quisele. Quisele goes forward and plays across field for Nelson. Nelson blasted off of Espinal, but it goes to Mejia. He's going to wait and then pick it up. Just waste a few seconds there, does Mejia. As we move into the 75th minute, Union with a 1-0 lead and a goal from Malik Stewart from Oscar Sanchez in minute 53. Mejia playing it forward and right into touch. Maryland with the throw. Maryland's had some opportunities, but they've really yet to test Mejia. They had one shot in the first half that Mejia saved, but second half they've been off target with their shots. They need to get something on frame to challenge Mejia if they want to get a result in this game. Poseidon. Union with everybody back right now. Burnett up the touchline. Kavanaugh's going to take care of that and play the ball out for a throw. And Burnett will come up to take the throw in. Tom off of his chest. Richard into the box and cleared out. Flower City absorbing pressure right now. Maryland needs to try to find a way through this Flower City defense. Long ball from Gonzalez, headed by Nelson, back to Mejia. Nice play by Kyle Nelson. Mejia's going to take his time. He'll roll it across the penalty area for Quisele, the captain. Playing it up for Cartagena. Nice touch there by Cartagena. Here comes Calfo. Calfo still with the control. Gets it back for Nelson. Nelson loses possession, but Cartagena picks it up. He'll play it long and out in touch. Less than a quarter hour to go here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Flower City Union leads it 1-0. Diacate takes his man down, and Diacate is on a yellow card. He's got to be careful.
You know, it was the other way around.
Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Forca's going to get a talking to from the referee, but it's going to be a free kick for Maryland. I wonder how long Coach Sullivan is going to keep Diacate in the game on the booking. Poseidon, near side. Gonzalez up the touchline for Burnett. Burnett steps around Malik Stewart and has to play it back. Poseidon, long ball looking for Filerman, and he will gather on that far side touchline. Elias comes out to meet him. There's the cross in, and that shot in just wide of the mark. Nice play. Cross in by Filerman, and ball skews off the head of Abdu Cham. And that's going to be a goal kick, but that was a very dangerous opportunity right there.
Definitely.
Just watching it here on the delay. Filerman controlled it well, got a beautiful cross and a great run by Cham. He should have done better than that. He should have put that ball in frame at least. 78th minute, still 1-0. Ball goes over Stewart's head, and Burnett will chase it back, and Diacate keeps it in, and they have to go back to Sutton. Ali did not give up on that ball and waste some more time for Flower City. Sutton will play it long, and he plays it right into the stands. Poor ball there. That's going to waste a few seconds. Flower City is playing defense right now, absorbing pressure. Of course, can be dangerous. It's always difficult to defend for a long period. Maryland again very tricky on their passing. Almost one touch, and here comes Espinal. Leading scorer in Nisa, and Espinal tries to get around 1 and 2, but can't get it through 3. And it's going to be a free kick for Flower City. I believe that was, see who that was on that foul, but it was a ball. It was Akinyoke who rushed in there. And now we're going to have another substitution. It will be number 3, Sam Solomon from Fort Meade, Maryland, will be coming into the game in the 79th minute. And Abdul Tiam will take a seat. So straight swap up front for the Bobcats. So Sam Solomon in for Abdul Tiam. Tiam again had a great opportunity just a couple minutes ago. Solomon, 6'1", from Fort Meade, Maryland, went to University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and also played with the Richmond Kickers. So both teams now with 2 substitutions, as Mike Mejia will play the ball into the half of Union of Maryland. Diacate tries to run onto it, gets the ball. Diacate tries to get around Forca. Now he's double teamed. Maybe try to win a corner here. Diacate goes down. And Maryland comes away with it, but only as far as Elias. Cartagena up for Bolduc, the substitute. Bolduc trying to get across it, does so. All his own is Calfo, big save by Sutton off the crossbar. Ball back in, and Sutton grabs it. Calfo scored in the Northeast Independent Cup final on a corner kick. Nearly got one there. It would be his first league goal of the season, but
Put the ball down.
Sutton plays the ball off the crossbar. Joe, how close was that?
Yeah.
That's millimeters away from a 2-0 lead and maybe put the game away. Great cross by both the 2 substitutes hooking up there. Now Union with the ball. Stewart making a run. Can he get the ball to him? Bolduc plays it out for Elias. 81st minute, Elias looks to get the cross in. Can he get over? Stewart with the header off the upright!
Oh my God.
Unbelievable! A crossbar and an upright for Flower City as they try to get two goals here. Calfos takes it away. Ball played out by Forca. It's wild and woolly here at the Rochester Community Sports Complex. Flower City close on 2 occasions to making it a 2-goal game, but a crossbar and an upright. Stewart got a great header in there and just could not get the ball into the back of the net. Gonzalez, and Maryland with a big let-off there. 2 let-offs. Burnett, Stewart tracking him back. Stewart makes the play. It's going to be a corner. So that's going to be the 4th corner of the game for Maryland. No, check that. It's going to be a goal kick.
Goal kick, yep.
Malik Stewart definitely has been the man of the match so far for me, Joe. He's got the goal, and he's been all over the field, everywhere.
Totally agree.
Maryland, number 3, Samuel Solomon.
So Mejia with the goal
He is
kick.
checked in for number 18, Abdul
About
Shah.
8+ minutes to go, plus stoppage time. There will be some stoppage time. There's been a number of subs and a goal scored, so maybe 4 minutes potentially. Still plenty of time. Filerman playing it forward, and Elias comes forward and plays it out. Flower City now stepping up on these passes, not allowing Maryland to do the ticky-tack soccer. Pasayan. Leaves it for Gonzalez. Flower City laying back here, letting Gonzalez have it. He can have it as long as he wants, 70 yards from goal. Forca. And this is fine for Union. They can play with the ball in their own half as long as they want. Now Gonzalez comes forward looking for some runners. Ball played behind his man. Ball tipped by Espinal and goes into touch. Throw in for Flower City. Bolduc will take the throw. And Bolduc will leave it for Elias. We have another sub coming in for Flower City potentially. We'll see. Referee says, let's get on with it. Going down on the far side, there's Ferreira. And it'll be a Maryland throw-in. Gonzalez. Playing it back. Pasayan. Filerman all alone on that left side. Gets his cross in. Quisele and ball played over the top. And it's going to be a goal kick. Well, I think Quisele got ahead to that, but actually it was the Maryland player, Akinyoke, had that header. But again, could not get the ball on frame. That's been the difference in the game, Joe. The Maryland has not been able to put the ball on the net, on goal with their shots. And Flower City got one on goal, and they put it away. Now, then, of course, they had the 2 shots off the crossbar and the upright.
Exactly.
So Flower City's been more efficient on their offensive opportunities than Maryland has this game. Now we're going to see another sub, Caleb Pritchett, big man, 6'2", and a wide body. He'll be coming into the game. He's a pure front runner. So obviously, Coach Alex Kao rolling the dice here as Cartagena is down on the pitch, getting some treatment for a cramp. So Pritchett for Fort Meade, Maryland. In his college days, had 23 goals in 21 games. So, as we have a sub for Union, Gabe Ortiz will come in for Cartagena, and in is Pritchard for Akinyoke. So this will be in the 85th minute. Number 77. And here comes Gabe Ortiz. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 6'1", 23-year-old, and Cartagena will sit down. Okay, he's had a couple of knocks in this game as well. He's had an excellent game at that D-mid position. That's where Ortiz will set up. So Pritchard will play right in the middle of the park. It's a big body out there. Let's see who picks him up. So about 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time, and a nice play by Nelson, or Filerman would have been off to the races.
4 minutes? What did he say?
That's a substitution. Cartagena out and Ortiz in. We don't know stoppage time yet. I think it's going to be 4 minutes, but a little premature at this point. Gonzalez plays it inside. Richard. And that's a poor ball there as Kavanaugh just blasted out of there, only as far as Pasayan. Pasayan scored in both games against Flower City, but he's been playing in the back pretty much the whole game. Here's Pritchett. Pritchett inside. There's the shot again over the top by Filerman. That's a tough shot there, but again, Mejia has not been tested because Maryland cannot get the ball on frame.
And look where the goalie is. So
Mejia will take the goal kick, 87th minute. Flower City looking to get their second victory in 7 matches against Maryland. They won here once last year, but Maryland has pretty much had Flower City's number the last couple seasons. This would be a big win for Flower City against a top-level team in Nisa. Here's Espinal, the leading scorer in the league. Espinal gets around 1, gets around 2, gets around 3, and a weak shot, and Mejia's right there to make the save. Well, Espinal got it on frame, but had no power on it. Mejia says, get downfield, I'm going to play it long. And he does. Looking for Stewart to make a run here. Goes over Pasayan, but Forka cleans it up. Richard now played forward once again, but nobody there. It'll be Sutton to claim it for Maryland. And Sutton will play it long himself. Elias and 2 players colliding for either team, and it's going to be a free kick for Flower City. Looks like Pritchett got the worst of that collision. He is down in a heap. Nelson is also down, but he gets picked up by the referee. And let me see the checking to see if it might have been head-to-head there. Pritchett's up, he's okay. That's going to add a little more stoppage time. That was a bad collision there. Pritchett took the worst of it. So it would be a free kick for Flower City. And Nelson will look to play this ball out.
sorry.
That's okay. Nelson, long ball, looking for Stewart. Burnett on him. Stewart wins the ball, controls it well. Stewart double team. And that's going to be a throw for Flower City as Stewart plays it off Tom. Tom tries to steal that throw in, but the referee doesn't have any of that. Kavanaugh with the throw in. 89th minute. Flower City looking to make the 1-goal stand up and claim victory here at home. Calfo playing it back for Nelson. Plays it up for Ferreira. Ferreira back for Kavanaugh. Flower City just going to keep possession of the ball. Ortiz. Nelson. Nelson steps forward. Nelson nearly loses it, but keeps possession nicely. Up for Diacate. Diacate looking to make a run on the far side is Bolduc. He's got the ball. Bolduc get a cross in. And he plays it off of Filerman. It's going to be a corner kick for Flower City. In the 89th minute, first corner of the second half for Flower City, their 3rd overall. Bolduc's going to take his dear sweet time to take this corner. Flower City bench shouting on instructions. We're in the 90th minute. See how much stoppage time gets added. See if Ferreira plays this short. Wouldn't be surprised if he does. Yes, he does. So again, keeping possession. Ferreira back for Elias. Elias gets around 1, gets around 2, but Filerman wins the ball, shielding it, playing it back for Gonzalez. Gonzalez plays it forward, but only as far as midfield. Nice play by Ferreira. And Ferreira gets it back. Can he run onto it? No, he can't. Just a little bit too much pace by Elias, but a nice idea. And we're coming up to stoppage time. We're going to have 6 minutes of stoppage time.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. They must have been watching the World Cup. 6 minutes of stoppage. We did have a couple of injury stoppages, but 6 minutes left in the game. At least 6 minutes, we should say. Maryland looking to tie this game. Ball played forward for Solomon, the substitute. Nelson right with him. Solomon and Nelson's going to play it back, but only as far as Espinal playing it in, and Kavanaugh will head it clear. Forka coming forward. Comes off of Tom. No foul. Mejia goes back to gather it, and he does. He can pick it up in his area. Just waiting and finally picks it up. Right in front of Pritchard. Mejia, is he going to play it long? We're in first half stoppage time. Second half stoppage time, check that. And Forka is going to head it back. Sutton has to play it on the volley. Richard getting it, and Forka playing it forward. Going back and forth here. No possession. Now Calfo. Calfo for Elias. He's had a good game as well as Stephen Elias. And he plays it off of Solomon for a throw. Throw in for Bolduc. Union can put the game away with a second goal here. Bolduc playing it in for Diacate. Header! Goal! 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 And that should do it. Ali Diacate with his 4th goal of the year from Matt Bolduc, and Union up 2-0. I called that one too, Joe. And in the 92nd minute, Flower City with Ali Diacate from Matt Bolduc, and a beautiful cross, and Diacate made no mistake, no post or crossbar that time.
That was a
Beautiful goal, and that should put the game away. Flower City up 2-0 in second half stoppage time. And crowd here at Russian Green Sports Complex on their feet cheering on Flower City as they look to take home 3 points, and it's looking pretty good right now. You see the purple smoke off the far side there as the supporters club making their presence felt. And Bolduc decided not to play into the corner, just go for goal, and Diacate out-jumped his man and put it past Sutton for goal number 2. Now forward, and right in his entrance area is Mike Mejia in front of Malik Tom. So we've got about 3 minutes left of stoppage time. Union just needs to see this game out and take home 3 points and move into 7th place in NISA. Bolduc's going to run onto this one as well. See if he just takes this to the corner. Or Bolduc's going to go for it himself. Bolduc into the area. Bolduc trying to get the cross in, does so. And Pasayan will take control. Ball played forward for Richard. He's double teamed and gets taken down, foul called. Free kick for Maryland. Ali Diacate may have slammed the door in this game for 3 points for Flower City with that second goal. He now leads the team in goals with 4. Long ball in, looking for Tom. Tom gets it back out for Pritchard and cleared out by Union for a throw. Anywhere will do now for Flower City. Maryland with the throw in. Pasayan, who has really played good defensively, but has not really had an impact offensively in this game tonight. There's a header across, there's a shot, and again, over the top. That's been the story of the second half for Maryland. They have not been able to get the ball on frame and test Mejia. And Flower City is taking advantage of the chances they've had. Joe, they've had fewer chances, I think, but the chances they've had, they've been able to put away.
Exactly. The second half has been great for Flower City.
And they could have had 3 or 4 goals if they get down lucky.
Yeah, they had to they hit the crossbar once, and the bottom and they outplayed.
They've outplayed Maryland in the second half, I think. They've gotten the goals they needed to get.
Don't do anything stupid now.
That's right. Mejia's just going to clear it long. Probably about a minute left in stoppage time. And a nice play by Ortiz to take it away briefly. Again, there's Tom. They're looking for anything here potentially. There's Espinal on the far side. Do want to leave him alone. Espinal cuts inside, shots blocked and cleared out by Union. Now you want to give Mejia that clean sheet for sure. It'd be his 4th clean sheet of the season. Elias can't control it. Maryland coming in, shot blocked. Ortiz will play it out to Elias. This should just about do it. Elias will play it long. Diacate is free. Diacate looking to put the icing on the cake. And it's nice play by Poseidon to come back and take the ball away. Forwards always want to score, no matter what it is in the game. That's for sure. Richard should be just about time here. Maybe it's a few seconds to go. Richard again. All eyes on Mr. Reynolds to when he will blow the whistle. Kavanaugh, he'll just bomb it downfield, far away from goal as he can. The sign back to Sutton. And Sutton will play it to the far side.
Come on, ref.
Wait for the referee's whistle here. We're going to add a little bit of time for the goal.
How many minutes?
Well, we just hit 6, so we'll see. And Mejia will take control in his own area. And maybe on this punt, maybe the last play of the game. Let's see. And there it is. Flower City Union emphatically takes 3 points here at home at the Rochester Community Sports Complex as they defeat the Maryland Bobcats by a score of 2-0.
It could have been 4 to none.
Union really played well in the second half. They took advantage of Malik Stewart with the game-winning goal in the 53rd minute off the assist from Oscar Sanchez to make it 1-0. Union hit a post and a crossbar in the second half, and finally, Ali Diacante put the game away in stoppage time, heading home across from Matt Bolduc for the final margin of victory for Flower City. So Flower City moves to 4 wins and 8 losses on the season, 3 wins and 4 losses at home. They're now in 7th place in NISA with 12 points, 5 points behind Los Angeles and Club de Leon in the standings. Maryland remains at 23 points in 3rd place in the league. So Joe, Flower City with an important win at home. You always want to take care of business at home, and they've done it. Three out of the last 4 games they've won at home.
Basically, the Flower City team in the second half, they were the better team. They scored 2 goals. They had 2 posts, and they could have been like a 4-0 game. I have to say that I don't know what the coach told them at halftime, but they came back and they were a solid team. They outplayed the opposition, and even though the opposition had a couple chances, the goalie lived up to the expectation.
And you know what else I noticed in the second half, Joe? They went away from the offside trap.
Exactly.
They played better, more solid defense, standard defense.
Yeah.
Didn't allow Maryland to play the ticky-tack through balls, and Maryland couldn't adjust to that. They did not make the adjustment in the second half.
Definitely.
And I think that was the difference in the game. So Flower City Union will now go to Detroit on next Saturday, and they'll play as Salt City Union, looking to extend their gap over Gold Star Detroit. That'll be an 8 p.m. kickoff. Teams back home on Wednesday, the 16th of August, at a 6 p.m. kickoff against Club de Leon. So chance for Flower City to move up the table. You know, the playoffs are not out of the question yet.
The biggest thing tonight, besides the win, is how many people were here tonight at the attending the game. So, congratulations to Flower City. The promotion, everything worked really well, and the victory really did the
That's
job.
the icing on the cake.
The icing on the cake, exactly. So I very, very enthusiastic. I think it's a good win for the ownership. I think there is a sign of good things to come.
Absolutely. Joe, I want to thank you for being on the broadcast. You helped me out a lot, kept me honest, and made it very entertaining.
It's been my pleasure, and I also want to congratulate you because now I know for sure all the work that you do to be who you are.
Oh, thank you, Joe. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. We also want to thank some other people. MVP Productions, their first time doing game this year, but I've worked with Joel Balthauser for many years with the Rochester Lancers, and an excellent job, Joel. Thank you so much. I thank the ownership of Flower City, Mr. Jimmy Paola, who is in attendance today, also Mark Washoe, Nina Korn, and all people from Flower City Union. And I also want to thank Mr. Joe Sirianni. You can hear both of us Monday night at 6:30 on Soccer is a Kick in the Grass, locally in Rochester on